Good morning. We are hiking the Baskins Creek Trail on our way to see a few things on this about 1.8 mile hike in and then 1.8 out. There should be a graveyard cemetery on the way in, and then there may be a historical building too, I'm not sure. But then it ends at the Baskins waterfall, and this is a pretty easy trail. A lot of roots you gotta look out for, tripping hazards. Otherwise, it's a pretty moderately easy trail that we're on today. I'll show you. This is kind of what we're looking at. Now, this waterfall and trail do definitely get overlooked by the other two falls that are right over here, but it's no less of a trail than those two. It does have some scenic views on the way in. You travel through Gatlinburg to get here, Pigeon Forge through Gatlinburg, and then kind of right as you get into Gatlinburg, you take a left and it leads up to this trail. So if you're planning to stay in either of those towns, then this trail is going to be right up the road from you. It is supposed to be in the 90s today, like 94, I think. So we are starting this hike pretty early. We got up here right at 7 o'clock. There's one other car in the parking lot for all the other trails, and that person seemed to just be sitting there. And then right as I pulled in, somebody else did as well. So not busy at that time. Of course, if you want to be here before sunrise as you're walking, then you'd need to get here a little bit earlier. But as we kind of start to go up this incline, you can start to see the views open up. This is pretty well overgrown through here. There is some bear scat there. Just remember there are black bears up here. I've seen a few on my hikes. Usually they leave you alone. Most of the time a black bear is a little confused Wondering if you're in charge. Are they in charge? Let's see if we see one on this trail. It does get pretty claustrophobic through this trail with all the weeds and greenery overgrowing onto the trail. It is bug season though, so make sure you throw on some spray. I unfortunately did not, but usually they don't bother me as much as most people. You can start to hear water that way as the sun's coming up. Made it down to this little valley through here. It's like a stream going through. Nice little opening this comes to. So we're following this stream to our left now. Eventually it should turn into like a 35-foot falls, I think. Don't quote me on that. We'll see what we find once we get there. But it is starting to get louder. This is cool. A little shelf to rest in case there's ever a afternoon thunderstorm while you're on this hike. Let's walk through here. Once you get down here, it just starts to really open up versus what it was like coming down at first. Trees just hanging on by a few roots that have been cut on the trail. Baskins Creek Cemetery. So if we take this left, we will find ourselves a cemetery. So we got some fallen trees through here. Whoa. This one's a baby. That's sad. So it looks like all of these are pretty much unmarked graves, except for the one that is a baby that was born in 1925 and died in 1926. August to March. Baby Grace, daughter of Lawson and Janie. Their last name was Floyd. Interesting. This is way down in here too. So these guys must have just lived here. And this is maybe a family or a couple families. It's wild. It's crazy if you just kind of stumbled upon it, if that sign wasn't down there telling you that there's a graveyard down here. You just kind of stumbled upon it, and that's your dead end as you think you're going to a waterfall. We have made it back. So let's continue on to the main trail here. It's nice being in the shade now, because I know once that sun starts hitting, it's going to get hot quick, especially here in the woods during the summer, in the month of June. Nice little light coming through. You cross over this creek multiple times as you go through. Looks like we have found another sign. That means we're getting close. Let's see what this one says. Some people have put some rock formations on here, but if you can read that behind the rocks, so I'm just guessing, but I'd assume, based off the sound of water, we're gonna go to the left here. Starting to get a little tricky through here. There it is. I'll be honest, I don't think the camera or any articles about this waterfall do it justice. This is a way better waterfall than I thought I was walking down to. And that's after like 10 days of just straight sunshine, no rain. It's 90 degrees and that waterfall is still going pretty good. We're kind of just walking through right here. Get a better view. Look at that. See what it looks like from the other side. Like from up here. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna finish my coffee here, and then we have got to start hiking all the way up the mountain. Only downside to this is it's a downhill climb and a straight up climb to get out. Thank you for making it this far. We will see you at the next one. If you want to see any of these photos that I've taken here today, they'll be on my Instagram along with a bunch of other stuff. And we'll hopefully keep making these videos each weekend.